Hey there, welcome back. Today we are going to try out 3 different practices to enhance our feelings of self-love. You can see I'm wearing my heart sweater today, which I haven't worn in a video in quite a while. It used to appear very often. And my heart earrings because Valentine's Day is approaching. And while I'm not much of one for the commercial side of Valentine's Day as a consumer holiday, I think it's designed to just make everyone feel terrible about themselves and feel inadequate, no matter what their relationship status is. So I don't really buy into all of the things that we supposedly need to purchase to celebrate Valentine's Day. But I certainly appreciate the idea of a time to put a little extra attention on love. And so today I wanted us to take a little time to love on ourselves. And I've done a lot of different affirmation videos and encouraging type videos on this channel. So I thought I would try something a little bit different today. And we're going to try a few different practices, 3, as I said, and you'll get to try each one. And I will include timestamps in the description, so if there's a particular practice that you like that makes you feel good, you can come back to it and try it again later. And I just thought it would be fun to have a little sampler of encouragement and self-love. So for the first little section, I'm going to be leading you through a loving-kindness meditation, a Metta meditation, which will be not that long. We're going to do sort of a streamlined version of it. And then for our second section, I'm going to be doing some affirmations for you to repeat after me. But rather than traditional affirmations, we're going to be trying something new. We're going to be trying Iffirmations. And this is a concept that I learned about from a wonderful YouTube channel called Hello Inner Light, and I will link to them in the description. And their whole concept around this is that by asking what if questions to ourselves rather than declarative statements, that we can be more open to possibility and maybe not be trying to force ourselves to believe something that we don't actually believe yet. So instead of saying, I am worthy, we will say, what if I am worthy? So we'll get more into that when we get to that section, but that's a little preview. And then for the third part, I'm going to guide you through a little mini version of some EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique tapping. So there are a lot of videos on YouTube about EFT tapping and quite a few ASMR videos that feature EFT, but it's another technique where we say out loud affirmative statements to ourselves about how we accept ourselves in spite of things that might be bothering us or emotions that we might be feeling. And you do that while physically tapping on your body on some different pressure points, which I will teach you. And that can help those words to go deeper into your body and can help you to release some of the feelings and some of the anxiety that you might be feeling around certain topics or certain things that are happening in your life. So I just thought it would be neat to share with you some of the techniques that I have been using a lot that work for me. And one of the things that I love about having this channel is that I can share with you bits and pieces of things that I learn about, and then you can go explore them further if you want to, if anything in particular resonates with you or you want to learn more. And that's just something that I really love to do. I really love to be learning all the time and then to share what I learn. And my wrist is cracking for some reason today in this video, so sorry about my crackly wrist. So we will start first with the loving kindness meditation. And if you'd like to check out one of the other two techniques, you're welcome to skip ahead to those if you would like. So for the loving kindness meditation, I will be saying statements out loud to you that you can repeat after me, either silently in your mind or out loud if you would like to. And these are statements of kindness and care for ourselves. And then we'll also extend those statements to someone we care about, to the broader world, and then back to ourselves again. So to prepare for this little guided meditation, please just make yourself very, very comfortable wherever you are seated, or if you're lying down, wherever you are. Just allow yourself to settle in a little bit and get cozy. And if you would rather not repeat the phrases after me, if you'd like to just relax and use this video to help you unwind and get to sleep, of course you're welcome to just listen to my voice and let it flow over you, and you can participate or not to whatever level feels right to you today. As you're listening to this video, everything is always optional. You always have choice about how you participate in my videos. That's important to me. And so if you'd like, if it feels okay for you, you can close your eyes. You do not need to close your eyes. I'm going to keep mine open in case you do want to be able to look at me during the video, in case that's more grounding for you. And we'll just start by taking a few nice deep breaths. Just at your own pace. I'm not going to count or anything, but just giving yourself a little time to come into this space, into this moment that we're taking together to focus on love and bring a little care to ourselves. You can relax the muscles in your face, relax your shoulders, relax your back, relax your arms and your lower body, relax your belly if you're holding any tension there, relaxing all the way down to the feet. And just taking a moment to remind yourself that you have the support of the earth beneath you right now, whether you're sitting or whether you're reclined. You can feel your body being held by whatever is underneath you. And maybe just allow yourself to sink a tiny bit deeper into that support. And knowing that I am here with you, and that if anything that I'm saying doesn't feel right to you or isn't something that you're ready to be expressing right now, that is okay. These are all just things for us to experiment with and try. And I'm really grateful to you for being here with me and allowing me to share these practices with you to see what might bring some value to you at this time. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. We're always just learning and experimenting. So continuing to relax and just release any tension in your body as we spend this time together. If you would like to, you can begin to bring some attention to your heart, to your physical heart, to your heart space. You can bring a hand to your heart if that feels like something you would like to do. And we're just going to keep our attention here in this area, noticing how things are feeling in your heart right now. Maybe things feel tight there. Maybe they feel quite open and expansive. Maybe there's some emotion, some tenderness in this area. Maybe a little bit of holding or a little bit of tightness or protection. Whatever you're feeling right now in your heart area is just fine. We're just bringing some awareness to it and kind of saying, hi there, heart space. I see you. You're okay. I'm here with you. And whatever's happening there, just allowing it, not changing anything. We're just holding a little space for our heart. Beautiful. Good job. So now, as we remain in this nice, relaxed place, holding some space for our hearts, I invite you to repeat after me the following phrases of loving kindness and to direct these phrases into your heart space, to direct these feelings of care and these words of love and compassion into your own being, to whatever level you feel like you are able to do that today. Okay? Okay, and as I said, you can say these words out loud, you can repeat them in your mind, or you can just listen to me say them. And if you'd like to change the words a little bit, you are more than welcome to make them your own. So we'll do 3 rounds of these phrases. There are 4 phrases. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be free from fear. May I be at peace. Beautiful. And again. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be free from fear. May I be at peace. Lovely. And one last time. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be free from fear. May I be at peace. Good job, good job, good job, good job, good job, good job. I'm proud of you. Okay, so now we're going to expand this loving kindness a little bit. And I'd like you to think of someone that you would like to express your loving kindness to at this time. Someone in your life who you love, who you care about, someone maybe who is struggling with something and you think they could use a little extra love and support. Can be anyone, can be a pet, whoever or whatever being comes to your mind first is fine. And you can envision that being in your mind. If it's more than one person that comes up, that's okay too. This is very flexible. And as you hold this person in your mind and in your heart, we will direct the loving kindness phrases to them. So once again, we'll go through the series 3 times, okay? Okay. So we will say to this person, may you be happy. May you be safe. May you be free from fear. May you be at peace. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be free from fear. May you be at peace. Beautiful. Last time. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be free from fear. May you be at peace. Beautiful. And just sending one more little surge of love and kindness to that person or being that you were thinking of. And then now we're going to expand this out a little wider and think about sharing our love with the wider world. So you can think about your community, your family, your neighborhood, or you can expand this out and think about the whole world, the whole universe, whatever feels right to you and how you would like to share your love in a more global way. Okay? And taking a moment to come back to your breath here, making sure you still feel nice and calm and that you have enough resource to be able to do this. If this feels like a little bit too much, you can always just pause and take a break from this part. But if you'd like to join me, we will express our love out into the broader world. And you can repeat after me again if you'd like. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be free from fear. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be free from fear. May all beings be at peace. Beautiful. One last time. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be free from fear. May all beings be at peace. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your love in that way. And so now we'll bring it back in. We'll bring it back in one more time into our own hearts to give ourselves that nice cushion of love and support. And again, just bringing awareness into our own heart space and expressing those words one more time to ourselves. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be free from fear. May I be at peace. Beautiful. We'll do our 3 rounds here once again. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be free from fear. May I be at peace. Good job. Last time. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be free from fear. May I be at peace. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Well done. Well done, well done. Well done with that loving kindness meditation, which is also called a Metta meditation. And there are much more extended versions of Metta meditation that you can search for on YouTube. There are many guided meditations of this type that you could find if you want to learn more about this. I will link to a guided Metta meditation from Tara Brach, who is one of my favorite meditation teachers, in case you would like to try a little bit more. But right now, just bringing that love and kindness into your heart space once more, just for a few more nice deep breaths. And this will conclude our loving kindness meditation. Thank you so very much for trying that with me. That was practice number 1 in our self-love sampler today. So for practice number 2, I am going to share some Iffirmations with you. And as I said, an Iffirmation, which I learned about from the YouTube channel Hello Inner Light, is a version, an alternative perhaps, to an affirmation, where instead of making a statement about ourselves, we instead ask a question about ourselves that can leave us open to curiosity and to possibility, and it doesn't feel quite so restrictive and quite so forceful about having to believe something right in that moment. We can just ponder it and say, what if this was the case? So I think the best way to illustrate this is just to get started. So I am just going to say aloud some Iffirmations for us, and if you'd like, you can repeat them after me, either in your mind or out loud, or you can just listen to my voice and ponder these questions to whatever level you feel like you would like to today. And I didn't prepare these ahead of time. I'm going to let them flow. So I hope that I will be able to express some ideas and some thoughts that will be helpful to you today. So again, just allowing yourself to be nice and comfortable and relaxed as we move through this practice. And I would pose to you the following questions. What if I am worthy just as I am? What if I am enough? What if I am doing the very best I can in each moment? What if I am strong? What if I am lovable and valuable just as I am right now? What if I can just be myself and that's okay? What if I am safe and secure in this moment? What if I am powerful and necessary? What if I have unique gifts to offer the world? What if I am important? What if my thoughts and opinions and creations are important to the world? What if I am beautiful? What if I am wonderful just as I am? What if I am lovable and valuable and irreplaceable? What if I have an important mission to achieve in this world just by being myself? What if I am enough? What if I don't have to do more to be good enough? What if I am loved just as I am right now? What if I can achieve my hopes and dreams? What if I already have inside me everything I need to succeed? What if I am already succeeding? What if I am doing a fantastic job? What if I am exactly where I need to be right now? What if my future is bright and full of promise? What if I am lovable? What if I am worthy of love? What if I am someone that people admire and look up to? What if my imperfections and my unique human qualities are actually beautiful? What if I am good enough just as I am in this moment? What if I am valuable and lovable and good enough just as I am in this moment? Good job trying out those Iffirmations, and I do think they have a very different feel to them in your body and in your mind, potentially, than a typical affirmation. So let me know what you think of those. And again, check out the channel Hello Inner Light if you want to learn more about that concept, because I think it's pretty cool. Okay, how are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Okay, well, if you're up for trying one more with me, we will try our third practice of self-love and self-compassion here in our little self-love sampler today. And that is to experiment with some EFT tapping. And again, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And there are many videos about this technique on YouTube and lots of information online if you would like to learn more about it. I have learned about it in bits and pieces over the years, and I just recently took a 4-week course about building resiliency that included EFT tapping as a technique, and so I learned more about it. And I am not a trained practitioner or anything like this, so I'm just sharing it with you in kind of a friend-to-friend casual way, but you can certainly look more into this if you would ever like to work with a practitioner on something that's more personal to you and have someone really guide you through it on a one-to-one basis. But I thought what we could do today is just try some of the techniques, go through a few rounds of tapping, and just give it a try as a fun relaxation technique and an opportunity to, again, give ourselves a little bit of self-love and self-acceptance. So first of all, I'll explain the actual tapping to you, and it is exactly what it sounds like. In EFT tapping, you take your fingers and you tap. You can use 2 fingers and tap on different pressure points on your face and upper body. So the tapping points that I have learned are the side of your hand here, and you can do it on either side, whichever side feels more comfortable to you, just kind of in the fleshy side part of your hand there. And this doesn't have to be exact at all, and you don't have to do a particular pattern to the tapping or do it really hard or anything. You're just kind of gently tapping on the side of the hand, and then the top of the head, and you can do it with one hand or both hands, whichever you like. The top of the head, the eyebrow, and again, either side or both sides. Doesn't have to be exact at all. The sides of the eyes, under your eye. You can be trying this with me if you want. Under your nose, so below your nose and above your lip. On your chin. Good. On your collarbones. And then on your sides. And this is probably the trickiest one. I usually cross my arms, and it's a few inches under your armpit on each side. Just kind of like you're giving yourself a hug and kind of tapping there. And I feel like I'm not very exact with this one, but the idea of giving myself a hug always feels nice. So I will remind you of those points and go through them as we're tapping. And so what you do for each round of tapping is you think of something that you'd like to work on, an emotion that you would like some freedom from, since this is emotional freedom technique. And I thought for our purposes, we could focus a little bit on anxiety and stress, since that's something that we often address in ASMR videos. And I love the way the statements that we make are worded in EFT tapping, because they always start with the phrase, even though. So the formula is sort of as follows. Even though, fill in the blank, I completely and fully accept myself. So an example might be, even though I feel overwhelmed and nervous about the presentation I have to do tomorrow, I fully and completely accept myself. And there are different variations on what you can say at the end, and you can kind of make these your own. And so I am going to go through a few rounds of this for us together, just using some sample statements that I think might apply to many of us, and I would welcome you to come up with your own statements that you're interested in working on, and then you can try a few more rounds of this on your own. But if you want to join me, you can repeat what I say after me as we move through the tapping points on the body. So once again, let's just dive in and give it a try. And if this all seems too complicated to you and you want to just sit back and listen to my voice and observe, of course, that is always fine too. So let's begin by tapping on the outside of the hand. And what you usually do is say the full phrase a few times while you're tapping on the hand, and then you say kind of a shorter version of the phrase, focusing on the emotion as you move through the other points. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to say, and you can repeat after me if you want, even though I sometimes feel nervous and anxious about things, I still completely and fully accept myself. Even though I sometimes feel nervous and anxious about things, I still completely and fully accept myself. Good job, one more time. Even though I feel anxious and nervous about things sometimes, I still fully and completely accept myself. Okay, so now we'll move through the other points. This anxious, nervous feeling on top of the head, this anxious, nervous feeling, eyebrows, this anxious, nervous feeling, side of the eyes, this anxious feeling I feel sometimes, and under the eye, this anxiousness and nervousness I feel sometimes, and under the nose, even though I feel anxious and nervous sometimes, on the chin, this anxiousness and nervousness that I feel, on the collarbones, this anxiousness, this nervousness that I sometimes feel about things. And then under the arms, this anxiousness, this nervousness. And then back to the hand, even though I feel nervous and anxious about things sometimes, I still fully and completely accept myself. Good job. So that's a round of tapping. And as you get more into it, if you'd like, you can kind of rate how much you're feeling that particular feeling before you start. And then after you've gone through a round of tapping, you can rate it again. So at the beginning, I might say, well, I'm really nervous about something I have to do tomorrow, so I'm feeling this nervousness at an 8 out of 10 right now. And then after a round of tapping, maybe I would think, maybe now I only feel it at a 6. And you can kind of use that to gauge where you are, and you can keep doing rounds of tapping until you've kind of calmed down and you've released some of the charge around that emotion. And you can also focus in on where you feel it in the body. You might say, even though I feel this nervousness in my tummy, or even though I feel this nervous tension in the back of my neck, you can focus it in on specific areas of your body. And then also, if you're just in a moment of stress at any time, you can just try tapping on the points just as a little reminder that you're here in your body and you can be in touch with your sensations and you can have some relief. So again, I am really just skimming the surface of this. This is not going in depth at all. But if you are more interested in this, let me know, and I could try doing a longer video about it and go a little bit more into detail. Again, I'm not a professional trained practitioner in this, but I think it's a really good self-use tool, and my teacher who's teaching me about it was very enthusiastic about people trying this on their own. Again, not going into maybe your deepest, most difficult emotions on your own. You want to do that with support, but using it as a practice for bringing yourself kind of down a notch if you need to when you're feeling a strong emotion. So let's try it one more time, okay? I'll just come up with something, and you can repeat this with me if you want. Even though I get discouraged sometimes when I make mistakes, I can still consider the possibility of fully accepting and loving myself. Even though I get discouraged sometimes when I make mistakes, I can still be open to the possibility of fully accepting and loving myself. Even though I get discouraged sometimes when I make mistakes, I can still be open to the idea of fully accepting and loving myself. Okay, now we'll move on to the other points. Top of the head. Even though I feel discouraged sometimes, eyebrow, this feeling of being discouraged with myself, side of the eye. Even though I get discouraged, under the eye. Even though I get discouraged sometimes when I make mistakes, under the nose. This feeling in my body sometimes of being discouraged, on the chin. Even though I feel discouraged sometimes when I make mistakes, collarbones, this feeling of discouragement that comes up sometimes. And under the arms, this feeling of discouragement. And then come back to your hand. Even though I feel discouraged sometimes when I make mistakes, I can still consider the possibility of fully and completely accepting myself and loving myself. Good job. I just really love that formula. Even though I feel frustrated, or I feel angry, or I feel overwhelmed, or I feel sad, or I feel depressed, or I feel anxious, even though I feel whatever I feel, I can still completely and fully accept myself, or I can still love myself, or if that feels a little too extreme, I can still be open to the idea that I could fully and unconditionally accept myself. So that's just a little formula, a little bit of the EFT tapping. Should we do it one more time? Should we do it one more time? I always like to do things in threes. Okay, let me see if I can think of one more. Okay, this is one that I have been working on with myself. Even though I feel a lot of sadness sometimes about the things that are going on in the world, even though I often feel it in my stomach and feel it in my heart, I still fully and completely accept myself and love myself. Even though I feel a lot of sadness sometimes about the pain in the world that I can't stop and can't control. Even though I feel it in my stomach and in my heart, I can still completely accept and love myself. Even though I feel a lot of sadness sometimes about things that are happening in the world that I can't control. Even though I feel it in my belly and feel it in my heart, I still completely and unconditionally love and accept myself. Okay, and then now we'll do the tapping points. Top of the head, this sadness that I feel sometimes. On the brow, this sadness that I feel in my belly. Side of the eye, this sadness that I feel in my heart. Under the eye, this sadness about pain and suffering in the world that I can't control. Under the lip, this sadness in my belly and my heart. On the chin, this sadness that I feel about things I can't control. Under the arms, this sadness that I feel. This sadness. And then back to the hand. Even though I feel this deep sadness sometimes, even though I feel it in my belly and in my heart, I can still completely and unconditionally love and accept myself. Good job. And I will say that I have done some sessions like this. I've done some group EFT sessions, and then I've been able to do some one-on-one where I had a practitioner guiding me through the session, and they have been really, really helpful to me. So if this, was fun for you, or you felt like it was helpful at all, I would definitely recommend doing some more research on EFT tapping and maybe finding a practitioner that you could work with. And who knows, I'll probably get more training in it myself, because I do think it's really interesting and really cool, and it would be a nice addition to my toolbox of embodiment techniques. So maybe you'll see more to come from me on this channel on EFT tapping. So thank you for hanging out with me for this little smorgasbord of self-love practices. I just really got a little burst of inspiration to do this. First, I was just going to do the loving-kindness meditation, but then I felt like sprinkling in a few more things. So I hope that something within this was helpful to you, or gave you something that you might want to explore further on your own. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you're doing well, and I really hope that you will take some time to give yourself the love and the care that you need during these winter months, because you deserve